You know, I realized long ago that there really is something for every producer at the Farm Progress Show, and that includes the tillage equipment needs of farmers. The Salford Farm Machinery Company is serving the needs of growers with units for primary tillage, secondary tillage, seeding and fertilizing, as well as attachments. They had some pieces of equipment on their lot along East Avenue at the Farm Progress City, turning heads, making people stop for a good second look. Salford's Jim Danielsen explained to me the Salford heavy-duty moldboard plow.
The moldboard plow is drawing a lot of attention. Two reasons. There's a lot of people that come in and say, geez, I used to have one of these and I did it when I was a kid. And there's other people coming in and say, how big do you make it? Well, we make them up to 14 bottoms. And that 550 horsepower tractor today will pull that 14 bottom plow, and they get really productive when they're using that system.
We had heard they were all disappearing. Why is the moldboard plow coming back with some producers?
Well, there's insects that is one thing. There's guys that are trying to get rid of the residue. Depends upon where they're at. I mean, it's a wide variety. They sell through the heartland here of Illinois, and they sell along the northern Iowa, Minnesota line. There's a bunch there, and it's ground conditions. That they want to do is warm the ground up, turn it black so it warms up so they can get planted earlier. And then there's a bunch out in New York State and that area. I mean, but it's growing. Every year we sell more and more and more. This is the second time we've had one here at the show, and the people are well, like there's a group of people. They just come to look at it. I mean, they just can't believe one's here. There's nobody else here with one.
When somebody asks you about the attributes of that plow, what do you tell them?
Well, I talk about it. In Minnesota, they don't sell the coulters. They just put a coulter on to clean the furrow at the back, but that plow's got 39 inches of depth and then 42 inches between bottoms. So that plow will plow without those coulters on in standing corn stalks and not plug. So when you go to Minnesota and you go to set one or go up to visit with somebody about one and stuff, you go out there and watch them plow. There's no coulters on it. In Illinois, they just haven't done that yet. They're still running the coulters, but it will do it.
What else is out here on your lot that people are really drawn to, Jim?
There's a lot of interest in the RTS HD that's behind you. There's anhydrous on that particular machine. We've got a lot of machines running through Illinois that are the RTS version with anhydrous. It's two machines in one then. You can use it to do tillage and put anhydrous at the same time. So you have less machines and less money in the shed.
Makes a lot of sense. Fewer passes across the field?
Yes, because you're accomplishing two things at one time. You're sizing the residue, you're covering a little bit of it up, and you're applying anhydrous.
What does that residue look like once you've gone through there?
The blades are set at a 7.5 inch spacing. You know, I always tell everybody to run at a little bit of an angle, so you'll find most of the pieces to be 7.5 to 10 inches long, depending upon how the stalk laid. And then the roller goes across and actually crimps that open, just like a hay bind crimper, and fractures it open, so the center will rot out and decay faster. And I can tell you that if you use it in the fall and use it in the spring, if you go out in the field in August, there's no last year's residue. It's gone.
It does the job.
It does the job.
Salford, for someone who might not be familiar with the name, Jim, what's the background?
Salford was started in 1978, and it started in Ontario. There was a single family that owned and made, they were asked to make cultivators. And so it started in the cultivator business and plows and stuff like that. And then we had a guy want a 100-foot field cultivator. And that's when the RTS came up, because you can't make a 100-foot field cultivator and take it down the road. He had power enough. So we make an RTS now, 50 feet, and we have a few running that are a little bit wider, but 50 foot's most standard. And you can run up to 12 miles an hour, 13 miles an hour. So I mean, you accomplish 50, 60 acres an hour.
Easy to operate, but durable, the people of Salford would want you to know. Their equipment, they say, is designed to keep you in the field and out of the shop. Jim Danielsen and his colleagues invite you to visit their website. You can see the whole lineup of products they have. Their site is salfordmachine.com. Oh, and there's a dealer locator there. You can just enter your zip code and the dealers in your region will pop up. Again, visit their website, salfordmachine.com.